Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago Bears fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. This is one of those stories that come along maybe once in a season, or even once in a few years, that has the potential to reshape the entire NFC North landscape. And it's all centered around a blockbuster move that no one saw coming, but now it's making waves across the league. We're talking about the Chicago Bears making a bold, aggressive move to bolster their pass rush. And the guys involved are none other than Danielle Hunter and the Houston Texans. Yes, you heard that right. Hunter, a player who's been a dominant force on the edge for years, is now heading to Chicago in a trade that's turning heads everywhere. The Texans, sitting at 3-2 in a very competitive AFC South, have decided to part ways with Hunter, a four-time Pro Bowler who's been a key player since he was drafted out of LSU in 2015. And the reason? Well, the Texans are prioritizing their rebuild, especially focusing on strengthening their offensive line, which has been a real sore spot so far this season. You see, Houston has a tough division, with teams like Jacksonville and Tennessee pushing hard, and C.J. Stroud, their rookie quarterback, showing flashes of brilliance, with over 400 passing yards and 10 touchdowns already. But despite that promising start, the Texans are facing some serious issues on defense. Allowing 28 sacks in just 5 games, they're clearly trying to fix their pass rush. So, trading Hunter for a second-round pick in 2026 makes sense from their perspective, freeing up around $14 million in cap space to address their offensive line and perhaps sign some of their rookie extensions. Now, on the other side of this trade, the Chicago Bears are the biggest winners. Their defense, which has struggled to generate consistent pressure this season, gets a shot in the arm. With Hunter now joining forces with Montez Sweat, the Bears are suddenly looking at a double-edged sword that could devastate quarterbacks and change the complexion of their entire defense. And let's not forget, Chicago's defense has been giving up a staggering 29.3 points per game, ranking them 28th in the NFL. That's an area crying out for improvement, and Hunter's arrival could be the answer. This move is like injecting venom into a snake. Hunter's ability to pressure the quarterback, to collapse the pocket, and to create turnovers is exactly what the Bears needed to turn their defense around. Now, speaking of Danielle Hunter, this is a player who was drafted in 2015 out of LSU and has established himself as one of the league's most lethal pass rushers. In 2024, he's been truly elite, with 11.5 sacks, placing him among the top 8 edge rushers in the NFL. He's also accumulated 13 tackles for loss, which shows his ability to disrupt plays all over the field. His expected points added per snap, or EPA snap, is an impressive plus 0.20. That's an elite number, especially for a player who can consistently pressure the quarterback. His PFF grade for this season is a phenomenal 88.2, ranking him 6th among all edge rushers, and his hurry rate of 16% puts him in the top 10. His pressures total 85, which ranks 5th in the league, and his win rate at the point of attack is 22%, among the best. Hunter's double-team rate is around 30%, which means offenses are still trying to block him with multiple players, and he's holding up remarkably well. His yards after contact allowed are only 20 yards per tackle, placing him in the top 8 for that category. He's a complete package when it comes to rushing the passer. His career stats are equally impressive, 98 sacks and 115 tackles for loss over his time in the league. He's had some injuries, notably a knee issue in 2025 that cost him a game, but overall, his performance remains elite. Comparing him to Khalil Mack at his peak with the Bears, Hunter's top-end speed, with a 4.5-second burst, makes him a nightmare for offensive tackles. His ability to generate pressure directly impacts the quarterback's decision-making, leading to more sacks, more turnovers, and ultimately, more wins. So, for the Texans, this trade might seem like an overpay given their cap situation, with around $20 million in available space, but it's all about the long-term rebuild. They're prioritizing youth, and they're trying to balance their roster for the future, even if it costs them a bit this season. But the risk is real. Losing Hunter could lead to a decrease in their pass rush effectiveness by around 10%. For a team that's already struggling to generate pressure, that's a significant drop, reminiscent of what the Vikings experienced after trading Hunter in 2023. Their division is a bit shaky, with the Colts and Jaguars competing for top spots, but the AFC South remains a division where anything can happen, especially with the odds stacked against them, with some sportsbooks listing their chances at plus 5,000 to win the AFC South. Now back in Chicago, this isn't just a move for the present, but a strategic play for the future. Hunter's addition is projected to increase the Bears' sack total by about 10 sacks over the course of the season. This leap could elevate their PFF pass rush rating from around 79.1 to over 86, which is a massive boost. The impact on their defense is tangible. Their win rate versus offensive tackles could improve by around 21%, and their pressures per game against opposing blockers will see a noticeable jump. And it's not just about Hunter. His presence on the field will open up opportunities for other players, like Gervon Dexter, who's been solid this season with 38 tackles. The Bears' defense could be looking at a dramatic turnaround, targeting a top 10 sack total in the league, jumping from about 12 to potentially 25 sacks, a number that would significantly reduce the points they allow, possibly bringing it down to just 20 per game. This kind of defensive performance could give Caleb Williams, the rookie quarterback they're eyeing in next year's draft, the support he needs to develop with more possessions and fewer points to overcome. And of course, all this defensive dominance will have ripple effects across the team. The Bears' offense, led by players like Swift, who's already amassed 350 rushing yards early in the season, will benefit from a more balanced team. The improved pass rush will help set up more turnovers, giving the offense extra chances to score and extend drives. The Bears' chances of making a deep playoff run become even more realistic as their defense becomes a nightmare for offenses. The odds of the Super Bowl, which were initially around plus 8,000, are now dropping to plus 3,000, signaling how much this move is being viewed as a game changer. The NFC Championship picture is also shifting, with the Bears being considered one of the favorites at plus 400. Hunter's arrival isn't just about adding a player, it's about transforming a team into a legitimate contender. The way he can disrupt mobile quarterbacks like Love, especially in dome environments or playoff atmospheres, gives the Bears a huge advantage. His ability to boost their defensive EPA against these kinds of quarterbacks is around plus 25%, making them a serious threat in the postseason. In conclusion, this trade is a defining moment for the Bears. It's a bold statement that they're not just content with rebuilding, but are aiming to contend sooner rather than later. The move echoes the kind of aggressive strategy that can define a franchise for years to come, reminiscent of the best defenses of the 80s or the dominant units of recent champions. It's a clear signal that the Bears are serious about their Super Bowl ambitions, and Danielle Hunter is a big part of that vision. Meanwhile, the Texans, by trading him away, are betting on their future, trying to build a team that can compete in the long term, even if it means sacrificing a bit of immediate pass rush power. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Chicago Bears. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news. This is a game-changing moment, and you don't want to miss what's coming next in this exciting chapter of Bears football.